to give some updates about the Ultron ecosystem. Very excited to have you on the call, Mr. Jonathan. Let me know if you are there and you can hear me. Perfect. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, man, I've been on the call for the last few minutes now. I was just getting off a call with one of the projects that we are onboarding onto Ultron. A lot of exciting things going on, man. Over the last few weeks, I've been able to go to a few heavy crypto events. ETH Denver. I went to Emerge Americas, which is not necessarily a crypto event, but it's an innovation and tech event here in Miami. That's where I'm currently located. I'll be out in Dubai soon because there's a ton of events going on in Dubai as well, where we'll be doing on our own side events as Ultron, as well as going to Token 49. I'm not sure if you guys on the call understand how huge Token 49 is, but it's one of the biggest crypto conferences of the year. We'll be represented there. So super excited, man. There's a lot of updates as far as Ultron goes on the Ultron Lab side. We've currently been working on building out our team members. We added 2 new members to the team with Geraldo and Angelina, who focus on business dev and bringing on partnerships. And they've been absolutely amazing over the last 2 weeks. We've been able to put a lot of things in place as far as SOPs, standard procedures of operations for onboarding different tokens. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but Ultron Foundation, the blockchain, has made it available for developers to go on and develop their own projects. Now, that is huge. Like, if you guys don't understand, having developers come onto chain and launch their own projects is going to be monumental for the ULX token. And I'm going to explain why. With more dApps and apps and more protocols added to chain, that's more transactions and that's more volume. AKA, that means that people who launch their projects onto Ultron's chain, okay, they're going to have the power based on their community to boost our price. Why? Because they're going to need ULX in order to operate. They're going to need ULX in order to operate, whether it's a gaming platform or whether it's a token that they're launching or NFT that pays out with rewards. They're going to need ULX in order to transact, which is amazing for us because what we need as a community, Ultron Foundation, we need more protocols on chain. I know people have asked, like, oh, well, we've launched this, we've launched that. Yeah, let those develop. Over time, let those develop. I heard Vitaly challenge the people on the call today to start utilizing this technology. It might seem confusing at first, but once you get the hang of utilizing this technology, and by the way, the technology continues to grow over time, but once you get used to utilizing this technology, what it does for you is it puts you in position to be able to make the right choices for you in this market. Obviously, we have some amazing people that you can trust on, that you can depend on when it comes to being contributors to what we're doing. But there's no power in the power of knowing how to do things yourself. So our job is to make things easy for you, and our developers are doing that in all the different protocols that we're launching. But it's also your job to continue to stay educated. There's a couple hundred people on this call, and those people, I know they want to continue to stay educated in the space. And this is the best time to do it, when the market's quiet, when the hype dies down a little bit and people start to worry a little bit about what's going on. That's when they say that the best companies are built, and that's when they say that the best investors are built. Because when all the noise drowns out, who's still tapping in? Who's still paying attention to what's going on? Who's still making sure that they are in tune with what's going on, especially in the community that they're a part of, everybody on this call. So Ultron Labs, we have some very, very exciting things coming in the month of April. We're not talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now. Just in the month of April, these next few weeks, we're going to be giving out so many different announcements with either projects that are being onboarded that you guys should take a look at, different developers who are onboarding and building their own dApps that we can all take a look at, and then also the events. So what you're going to see over these next few weeks, you're going to see the build out of Ultron Labs to full scale. We built out our team. We've hired the right team. We're working extremely hard together so we can bring on the right protocols and bring on the right partnerships. And I'm very, very confident in the teammates that I have right now. Vitalik, we're teammates in a sense, but these are the people that we're in the trenches with, grinding every day on the phone, sending out emails, figuring out which programs or which successful, non-successful, early starters, great opportunity-based projects, who are they and how do we get them on board with us? That's been our focus, and now we're starting to see a lot of things manifest. A lot of conversations are being had. Contracts are being signed, and then announcements will be pouring out soon. We are also creating an online presence for Ultron Labs. So those of you who are interested in some of the partnerships that we're working on, some of the partnerships that we're bringing on board, some of the different events that we'll be attending, some of the different AMAs, which is Ask Me Anything, it's a word that is used in the crypto space, to where people can go on to Twitter. If you're not utilizing Twitter, right? Go on to Twitter and hear different projects speak. We'll be hosting AMAs for projects to come on and speak on their projects, all right? With the idea that Ultron Foundation can be a base of where this project also lives on. You know, whether it's a Solana ETH project or a BNB project, all those projects, because of what we've built with Ultron, we can bridge them over and we can take a little piece of what's going on and we can actually be a bigger piece of what they have going on because we have such an amazing community. You know, I haven't seen the resilience in a community before like I've seen in this community and how we've bounced back. You know, the different projects, Akasha's is super exciting for people. You know, people are extremely excited about what we're building, and that's extremely important. And it's up to us, for us to go out there and put people on to what we're doing. And that's my job, and I take pride in that, and I know the team takes pride in that as well. We want to bring solid, good projects to the chain, and then we also want to give developers the opportunity to build their own thing without our permission. You know, I think that was very, very key to where now we're getting a lot of traction where people are like, okay, cool, let's see what we can do. And we're providing the support for these projects to come on board as well. So, like I said, April's going to be super exciting. I know it's really, really early in the month. We're just getting started in the month, right? So new faces, fresh faces are part of the team that we'll be introducing, new projects that we'll be introducing. And I'm just super excited, man. I know you missed me in Dubai. I know. I came for a short period, but I had to come back home and handle some family things. But I'll be back soon.
Maybe you can share with us, Jonathan. Maybe you can hint or something about like a project or something that we get a glimpse of what Ultron next kind of application or developers or that are looking at. Maybe you have something that you can hint us on. That will be great.
I do. And it's not necessarily one specific project. It's the concept and what we're building. All right. Understand that, you know, Ultron's been around for a little over 2 years, and we've been extremely focused in our community. Okay. And now that things are starting to be delivered, right? There's something that we have to do as Ultron Foundation, as Ultron Labs, and that's establish an identity. Because we all know that there's hundreds of blockchains out there. There's thousands of tokens out there. People have the choice in choosing what they want to essentially attach themselves to. So for me, and I talked about this in December at the Mavi event, it's how could we positively impact the world? And that's a small piece, but it's also a very, very foundational piece that we're structuring here with Ultron. it's not just about launching coins, or it's not just about putting a brand out there. It's who does that brand or that coin or that project or that system, who does it impact? Who are the people that are benefiting from it? Okay, early investors, cool. Okay, what else? So I've been looking at a lot of projects that deal with real world utility and trying to figure out how to connect Ultron Foundation with these amazing projects. And we have a couple projects in the pipeline right now, and I'm smiling because I'm really excited about it. These are projects that are going to impact millions of lives. Millions of lives.
Wow.
So from a thought to a partnership to execution is what we're focused on, and that outcome will be impacting millions of lives. So there's a few projects, and I'm really excited about them because it falls right into what I feel like my purpose is. We're here to impact people. We're here to impact each other. We're here to guide each other. But we can't do it by ourselves, right? If we could do it by ourselves and just our community right here, then this would be, the best blockchain in the world. But ultimately, because there's so much options out there, so many options out there, there are certain things that we need to do as a chain. And I think when we bring smiles to people's face based on the partnerships that we're going to bring, that we're working on bringing currently, that's the type of energy that's going to get us rolling. I think that's the type of energy that's also going to separate us from other chains. I sat there and I looked at it and I was like, what is Solana Foundation doing? What is Ethereum doing? What is BNB doing? What protocols are they bringing on chain? And then how is it affecting the masses? All right. We've sat back and done a lot of research on that, and that for the next quarter, we call this the second quarter, April, May, June. This is the second quarter, right before halftime, right before the middle of the summer. It's like we have to go in, and I'm sorry I'm using basketball terms. I said halftime or sports terms, but it's the athlete in me. But that also breeds the competitiveness in me. It's like, what are these other chains doing, and what can we do to build out the proper? Sorry, my phone is uncharging. But what can we do to build out the proper community and the proper foundation for Ultron Foundation? And that's focusing on projects that will bring impact. So there's two projects right now. Next week, maybe I'll show you guys some information on them. These are projects that are already been established, that have already done the work before. So it's not something that's new. It's not something that's going to be thought up later. It's not an idea. This is stuff that's actually happening in real life, in real time. And like I said, I'm super excited to bring them on board because they're doing the good work. And I know Ultron, we're here to do the good work. We are here to do the good work. It's been a build out. There's been some ups and downs, but nothing goes straight up. Nothing goes straight up. Something always has to come down, and we touch support. I know you understand that part of it, Vitaly. As long as we bounce off support, we'll be fine. And that support is you guys on this call. That support is our community. That support are the partners that we're going to be bringing on. So, like I said, this is going to be a very, very exciting month. We have a huge event at the end of the year that is going to put us in front of thousands of different people and hundreds of projects, and we're super excited.
Yeah, definitely. Token 2049 is a very, very big event here in Dubai. I recommend everyone to come on the end of April, beginning of May, 2-day event, tens of thousands of attendees, and there's going to be a representative from the Ultron Foundation over there. I'm sure
the team will be there. The team will be there, and I'm super excited. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I know you're going to be there. Yeah?
Yeah, no, I'll be here. I'll be here for sure. I think, yes, I'm going to be here for sure. Of course, I'm going to be here. We have an event. We have an amazing event that we're going to be putting on. So I have to be there.
So, brilliant. Amazing. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming and sharing the love and the big months. And I hope that very, very soon we're going to start expanding into